for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. That's fielded in the end zone.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Rush it. 22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber. C6. Check that. We want Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world. 52 is the Mike. Mike, go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's 2nd down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Second and 14. And the pressure gets to him again.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now. They'll set up to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Fielded at about the 28. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48.
I got motion. Go. Use you. It comes to me, it's me. He's checking, he's what? Crash, hey.
Now a give right side. Simpson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On 2nd down now. It's Simpson. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. 18 yards, 1st down Niners.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, there'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Watch the safety creep. Check nickel. Check 43.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Mike, check, 59. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. It's a party now. Extreme. Catch it. Zip it. Stay at home. Stay at home.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Yeah, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession. Let's see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Check. Ready. Check. 52 is the mark. Check.
Now Lynch. And down he'll go at the 25. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Let's go. 30 days, let's go.
First down, the run with Lynch. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, a 22.
1st down, Seattle.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Safety's creeping.
And they'll give to Lynch out of the gun. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On 2nd down, Lynch. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. They'll run it. Here's Lynch. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. Running for it. Here's Lynch. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Complete. Smith has it. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
That's good for a 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll try the left side. Simpson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. No score after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Bowman. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
Okay, Frank.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this goal?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
Check hot route. Hot. Ready to go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks.
First down, Seahawks.
On the set. Check pass. Check pass.
They'll run on first down. It's Lynch. Oh, he sheds himself free. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point attempt to come here. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Next to score, Seahawks 7, 49ers nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for San Francisco. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And this is caught by Evans. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's 2nd and 8. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Check, 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 check.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete. He's got Lynch out of the backfield. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 15. First down, Seahawks.
A gain of 15. And the Seahawks.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Let's go, baby.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season.
Hey, I got you. Ready, go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
They still playing 64 weak. Y'all playing the wrong football. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Check your hot read. Go.
2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
56 is the mic. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip. 56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Nice 7, let's go. Mike, 56, Mike, 56. Yeah, that's what I do.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's got Evans. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
They're going to look to throw. He finds Lynch. It's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Point after try forthcoming. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Seahawks 14, 49ers nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Airing it out deep for Smith. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Check 50. Check 50. Check 4. Check 4. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. 6. Yeah. Check back 33. Let's go, D.
Back to throw here. It's caught. Smith. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. 2nd and 1. And this is Simpson with a catch. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. That one a first down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
'49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. They'll set up a throw. And this is caught by Smith. Touchdown, 49ers. A 15-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Here we go. At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, come on, now, hey. Deuce. Set, go. Set, go.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going deep for Brown. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Check, 59. 3 buzz. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Let's go, D. Let's go. Check. He's coming. We got double up. Go. Hey.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Switch. Hey, check Mike 33. Ricky. Short. Check 33. You must be dreaming.
Back to throw. And an alley to run. And the ball is knocked out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And some space here. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point safely through. And it's now 21-7. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Mike spot 9, Mike spot 9. Check tight, zoom. Check tight, check 24, check 24.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to float this over the middle deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. That'll bring up second down.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminated.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Ready? Strike. 59. Good thing. Go. Mike's 59. Now, here it comes. 59's Mike. Check. 59. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Mike. Hustle. I'm going to come back to you. Shit.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here we go. 460 Pittsburgh. Let's go.
On first down, Lynch, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
42-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run again with Lynch. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding.
Yeah, baby.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Gotta get the point. Get on the point right here. Hey, guys, I got Charlie. I'm taking it. I'm here all day. Watch, you're out. The twins. Ready.
On play action, they'll throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
Watch out. Hey,
They'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A gain of 19 on 3rd and 18, and that'll move the chains.
First down, Seahawks.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Lynch. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. A carry now for Lynch. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Lynch. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
On 3rd down, they go Lynch. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Ready. Check that little Mike 52 right here. 52. Hey, 61. Matchbox. Right.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
He'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the outside.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game, as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. 2nd and 6. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards the pickup there. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Stop your whining. Go. Mike 54.
They'll look to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 26.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. In for the score as his guys are back within a single score. Now for the point after. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to. And right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score. But they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. A run here with Lynch. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 4th down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off near the 32. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Looking to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, and that won't beat us.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Check 3, check 37, check heads, yeah.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got Smith here. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Here we go. Kill. Shift. Squeeze. 49. Check 49. Check 49. Slam.
They'll set up to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Ready. 33. Me and you all day. I'm coming after you. Slam. Undercrush. Hey, check 24. Shoulder. Wall trot. Get wide. Go. Bang. Hey, check Mike 33. All day.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. They'll run on first down. It's Lynch. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. This is Lynch. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Now a play fake here on first down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
You see me? They can't stop me out here. Mike, check. Hey, 33. No chance. Hey, check him out.
2nd and 13. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter, going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear that the Seahawks are going to win this football game.
Here we go. Set. 70 in. Get the ball. Let up.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. Good bounce back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realizes there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
Ready up.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Ready, 50-50, plant. All day, baby, all day, Let go.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. So the victory here for Seattle. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for the Seahawks, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, they will fall to 1-1, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.